Yo, everybody, welcome back to the Zen Lounge. I have some exciting updates to share with you guys today. We're on the 1 month milestone since this post from Bob Ross. This video is going to be all about Sologenic. So if you've been excited for some Sologenic and Corium news, you're going to love this video. So Bob Ross posted this on December 13th, 2022. He posted, within the next several weeks, we'll have many new updates for Corium and Sologenic, including key partnerships, exchange listings, institutional validators, wallet integrations, and an update on the Sologenic's tokenized asset ecosystem. Also, the engineering team at Corium, we already know, confirmed the main net launch date, which is March 24th, 2023. So we've been seeing things get checked off this list. We've been seeing the validators be announced almost every single day. We've been seeing a bunch of Sologenic news happen the past few days. So I'm going to be covering that. And then an AMA that Fabio did with the Bybit team a few days ago. So shout out to Mr. V. Mr. V is a Solo Nation OG. All of us have been waiting for this Solo announcement, right? So Fabio gave us some relief on January 7th. And he said, so much is in the works. The tokenization platform pilot program, solo cards, various listings, IDO Launchpad, the SDK package for third-party NFT minting and trading, wallet activations with fiat, Sologenic Originals partnerships, and drop number 2, and much, much more. So that was on January 7th. On January 12th, Bob Ross gives us an exciting update on the Sologenic crypto cards. The Sologenic is all about decentralization when it comes to developing any component of the ecosystem. We believe a non-custodial solution for Solo cards is a game changer. Therefore, we have joined forces with a key partner to make it real. Stay tuned. So there's a picture of the card and there's some cool information in the comment section. So there'll be 2 versions. A light KYC cards are available globally with a limit of $150 per card, but users can issue as many virtual cards as they want. There's also a full KYC cards with limit of 10,000 are initially available in specific jurisdictions and then globally. So there's some other information right here, and we are aiming for, they said, someone goes, cheers, Bob. Any news on release date? I'm hoping by end of Q1. Bob Ross says, we're aiming for that. We need MasterCard's approval for the card's design, which is taking some time. So MasterCard's involved in this card. And then something else that's really exciting, which is going to take us to the next level as far as adoption, in my personal opinion. Bob Ross says, you could use cards to spend Solo and other crypto assets for daily expenditures. Swipe, swipe. So easy to go and use your crypto in the real world. Also, this will be super useful for, people that are selling NFTs on the Sologenic marketplace. You sell your NFTs on the market for Solo, and then it goes right into your wallet and you're able to spend it in real life. And that's going to be really cool for the NFT artists. Some other groundbreaking news. I got shocked when I seen this today. Bob Ross post. I read my latest article on NASDAQ. Crypto's clock is running out. Who will show proof of solvency and who will disappear? Crypto's clock is running out. Let's read this article. Bob Ross wrote an article for NASDAQ. Yeah, so this is going to be a long video. I hope you guys are okay. I'm going to actually just read this full article with you guys. Proof of reserves has dominated industry conversation since the FTX collapse in early November. Investors' expectations were already high. People want to give their time, money, and effort to projects likely to make it out of the crypto winter. But the downfall of FTX has sparked increased insolvency fears and have pushed the industry into a full-blown chaos. Recently, the Federal Reserve issued a statement on the risk of crypto assets to banking organizations, warning the public about the risk of fraud, legal uncertainties, and contagion risk. This notice is emblematic of the dire needs for crypto to straighten up or risk mass extinction. Massive regulations and government involvement and potential overreach can only be expected if crypto can't establish transparency. Some large auditors continue to work with crypto companies while others are fleeing. I believe the isolated firms who are acting first will be on the right side of history and can be a big part of reestablishing credibility for a bizarre industry. Last month, French auditing firm Mazars announced pausing all work for crypto clients, echoing a broader sentiment for the traditional finance industries. As companies continue to distance themselves from crypto entirely, Mazars' exit undoubtedly casts crypto in an iffy light. Fortunately, accounting's Big Four remains committed to their work in crypto clients, and this should be celebrated and embraced by industry players. Deloitte currently works with Coinbase, which went public via direct listing in 2021 for its auditing and accounting services. Last month, Ernst & Young revealed partnership with crypto tax and accounting technology provider TaxBit. Auditing firms that are doubling down on their support for crypto projects by continuing or establishing relationships with crypto clients are showing commendable bravery by doing the work. Auditor support is essential, but it isn't enough to bring the industry back to life. The work lies in showing proof of solvency, a formula that includes both proof of reserves and proof of liabilities. With proof of solvency, companies can validate that the amount of assets is larger than the amount of liabilities, sufficiently ensuring users' investments are safe and sound, providing transparency and trustworthy attestations to prove solvency is the only proof that is proof enough. Remember, we've been talking about proof of solvency being a big trend for all of 2022 going into the future in Sologenic's website white paper. So it's good to see more people catch on. Let me finish this last paragraph. Some exchanges have incorporated these procedures into their platform from the beginning, but for the most part, implementing proof of solvency may take time. It's important to do right now more than ever. These painful times full of needed introspection and new remedies, but those who make the hard moves will be rewarded and avoid disappearing, which should be more than enough incentive. Written by Bob Ross. So they're positioning Bob Ross as a thought leader in the field. So about the author, Bob Ross is the co-founder of Sologenic, a tokenization ecosystem utilizing on-demand tokenization of a wide range of assets built on top of the XRP ledger. Sologenic facilitates investing and trading between crypto and non-blockchain assets. Alongside his role as CEO of Sologenic, Bob is co-founder of Corium, a new generation layer 1 blockchain built to serve as core infrastructure of future blockchain applications. He is a serial entrepreneur in the tech and manufacturing industries, having established companies such as HardX Manufacturing, an international brake company. So now I'm going to move on to one more announcement. The Sologenic SDK package is currently in testing mode, set to bring NFT minting and trading and management functions. The SDK will be released to the public shortly, so developers can bring their innovative ideas from gaming to metaverse into reality. So that's a cool announcement. Now I'm going to move over to the AMA. So this is AMA that Fabio, the head of business growth with Sologenic, this is what he recently, a conversation he had with the Bybit team. So he goes, "Hello, everyone, happy to be here." And he said, "I'm ready to see some really interesting questions." So they asked him to introduce the Corium project and for some details. And Fabio says, "Corium is a layer 1 blockchain built on top of the Cosmos SDK. Its main purpose since inception is to serve as core infrastructure for future of decentralized applications with a focus on enterprise solutions. In the sense, it's one of the first blockchains to be built in compliance with ISO 20022, a widely used standard among financial institutions. Some of the key features which I will dive into are scalability, transparency, and interoperability. Corium is a project. So what's the relationship of Corium and Sologenic is the next question. So Corium is a project backed by the Sologenic Development Foundation, and its idea is based on the need for smart contracts to really unlock the power of Sologenic's tokenization technology. Considering the Sologenic ecosystem was built on the XRPL, we aim to remain in both chains with great interoperability. So just to add a bit more, the Sologenic tokenization platform focuses on the tokenization of real-life assets like commodities, ETF stocks, and many more. Corium started about 2 years ago, and just like any solid idea in the tech industry, it was aiming to solve a specific problem and provide tangible use cases. We wanted to create a layer one blockchain that is truly decentralized and community driven. Hence, a great amount of supply is being airdropped. At the same time, able to be adopted by institutions, since we believe they are key in the path to mass adoption of blockchain technology. How big is the team? Can you tell us more about the Corium team? 2022 was focused on development with the team conformed of top blockchain programmers in the industry. From the ground up, we decided to avoid titles like CEO and CTO, and our founders are just referenced as co-creators. This is because Corium operates in a very linear and collaborative way with emphasis on innovation. During Q4 in the last year, the team came up with a way to program tokens to execute contract-like functions. Would love to elaborate on the latter, as we believe smart tokens is one of the key features of Corium. The team is about 40 people, mostly conformed by developers. We're currently expanding my team, the growth and partnership division, as we enter the expansion phase amidst the main net launch on March 24th. What makes Corium superior to other layer one blockchains, they ask? Let's get into it first. There are three key features and reasons why we decided to build off the Cosmos SDK. On top of these, one of the main developments that Corium superior is the way it enables the use of smart tokens to assign unique functionalities to fungible and non-fungible and hybrid tokens. Smart contracts on its own can be insecure. They require security audits and gas fees. Smart tokens are more secure when all transactions are known, provide more efficiency for certain use cases, especially for financial systems to adopt blockchain. Technology is great to have programmable assets that can be easily be assigned a function with can be executed through smart contracts. These are some of the transactions enabled for smart tokens. So there's CBDC, stablecoins, tokenized security, soul-bound tokens, interactive NFTs, programmable money, wrapped cryptocurrencies, real estate tokenization. This feature can also be reflected on decentralized applications, dApp development. When execution time, fees, and response are known, they become predictable, allowing stable applications to be built on Corium. So when Ethereum has like a big bull run and price is like all over the place, the fees go all over the place, can't really predict them. So that's what this solves. I think I've mentioned this before, but another key feature that makes Corium superior to other blockchains is the community factor. Everything is being prepared, so when mainnet comes, all decisions and further changes on the blockchain are up to the validators of the chain through on-chain governance. Being a community-driven project, we expect it to be 100% community-owned at some point. We have announced some very reputable validators recently, including Cosmos Station, Citadel, Huobi, and many more. So some people asked, how come Huobi announced that they're a validator for Corium, but they never listed Corium on the exchange? Well, it's almost impossible to get your token, if it's a layer one blockchain, on a big exchange if you haven't gone through the audit process yet on the whole chain. So after the audit comes through, I believe it will be listed on Huobi really, really quickly. So another cool concept, what is the most important role of EGB networks, enterprise-graded blockchains? So with the concept of EGB networks, we wanted to introduce a new generation of blockchain technology geared towards enterprise needs, meaning it is designed to provide the essential tools and infrastructure for enterprises of any size to build and run decentralized applications. Among all the features that come with EGB standard, I think the most important in that regards is compliance. The chain's capacity to be compatible with regulatory requirements. For example, one of the functions that back this feature is the provision of optional KYC feature on chain, which gives the possibility to operate within the required AML or regulatory frameworks while providing anonymous transactions by default. That's his answer about EGB. Can you list, someone asked him, can you list killer features of Corium that makes it ahead of competitors? What is the competitive advantage of your platform as you feel most confident about? I think we touched some of the key features of the chain, but if I were to resume into this 4 words, it would definitely go for modular, fast, secure, and interoperable. In terms of competitive advantage, there are 2 factors that I believe contribute positively. One, we have a proven track record with Sologenic ecosystem being the top XRPL DEX with user base of around 500,000 people. Apart from providing us with a strong community, this allowed us to experiment what it's like running a decentralized ecosystem on every component. We integrated every new feature we released. This was a main premise in our mind, and though us, I think you have the spell check right here. Number 2, the Cosmos ecosystem has experienced a lot of organic growth. We've been covering it here at the Zen Lounge. Cosmos ecosystem is booming. Make sure to join the Zen Lounge if you want to learn more about getting involved. The Cosmos ecosystem has experienced a lot of organic growth recently, considering its scalability, proliferation of good projects like Juno, Osmosis, Atom. Corium is being introduced into this ecosystem with great success and a clear goal in mind: be the hub for enterprises to adopt blockchain technology. Moreover, the bear market, it's time to build and believe projects that have clear use case. Technology that solves real problems will surface when we get to better market conditions. It's also worth mentioning that Corium has 100% self-funded up to this point. So there are no institutional players with ulterior motives behind it. We'll do our first VC and accredited investor round next month with aims on expansion. So what is the plan to bring more users and investors to the Corium platform? On the technical side, we never doubt it yet. We want to see more marketing highlights. Great question. Like I said, 2022 was focused on development. It's also time to strategize on which markets we want to tackle first. This is a very ambitious bottom-up marketing strategy, and that starts with Corium mainnet launch on March 24th this year. We are planning an invite-only event in Los Angeles, congratulated with the most influential figures in and out of the crypto space. We see marketing as a problem-solving mechanism. So a lot of the plans will rely on tangible use cases that can allow people that are new to blockchain technology to incorporate it on everyday use. For this matter, we have programs currently in action. The first wave of grantees announced a couple months ago among projects you could find Zeev, which allows users to easily deploy nodes, Telios, a P2P blockchain messaging service, which acts as a next generation decentralized email. The second wave of grants will be announced in a couple weeks, centered around smart tokens and the use cases I mentioned. That's going to be awesome news to get that information. Can you talk about the benefits of smart tokens compared to normal tokens? What benefits does it provide its users and token holders? This smart tokens, like tokens that are wrapped around smart contracts that can be programmed to execute certain functions without the need for an intermediary. The core token is a transactional token for the Corium blockchain. When it's used inside the chain storage, it can be programmed, for example, for asset management control. It has the technical paper for it. I discovered you could build nodes on Core. Who can set up nodes and validators? Is it possible to generate income from it? That is correct. Anyone can become a Corium validator. The minimum amount of stake is 20,000 Core tokens. As we are deploying the fully functional testnet by the end of the month, we have been onboarding some of the Genesis validators that is setup guide currently available for anyone that wants to set up a Corium node. Moreover, Zeev will make this easier with their automated node deployment service. With the initial 40% tokens bonded and inflation set to 10%, we expect APR around 25%, which is highly profitable. Let me repeat that. So with an initial 40% tokens bonded and inflation set to 10%, we expect APR around 25%. So 40% of the people, when Corium mainnet goes live, stake their tokens to validators, and let's say the 60% are holding them, not staking them, or deciding to sell, whatever, the APR will be 25%. That means if only 20% of people stake, it'll probably be higher, around 50% possibly. So the key is, if you want to milk this thing, get the most passive income, people that stake early and fast are going to get the most benefits. Could you explain the airdrop? I got many videos on my YouTube explaining the airdrop. I'm not going to explain the airdrop and read this all right now. Go watch my previous videos. This is going to be the crypto market is currently experiencing a decline. This condition is aggravated by rising interest rates and inflation. People prefer to abandon risky assets. How do you convince new investors that Corium will be useful in the future? Fabio says, I think we have touched on several points that elaborate on Corium's direct use cases. But most importantly, I think the certainty and clear direction in which the project is going is key. To aim for institutions to adopt blockchain technology means a long-term plan is in place. It's not a project based on speculation. Real problems have to be solved for enterprises to use Corium, and I think that is a path that will prove a lot by itself. Moreover, the potential of smart tokens is just being unveiled. More use cases will come along as more projects adopt the technology. In addition to this, our technological lead, Reza Basash, has an extensive background in AI technology, and we certainly believe there's an opportunity there as well for the future. So smart tokens came out of essential necessity to help Sologenic tokenized assets reach its full capabilities. As Bob would say, it's juiced up smart tokens, juiced up Sologenic tokenized assets, juiced up XRP, whatever. Smart tokens are going to be huge. And this was a great, loved seeing Fabio's personal development over the past year. He went from didn't really see much of him. Now he's like a star on stages and presents himself so well on camera. So it's awesome to see him develop as a human being in person. And yeah, everybody, thank you for being a member of the for joining the Zen Lounge today. And I will see you guys soon for another video. Peace.